Miss Eyre.
Good evening, Adele. Let's color our picture.
Miss Eyre, do you hear? Do you hear? It's a skylark.
Yes, it's a skylark. Adele, would you like to learn a poem about spring?
Oh, yes, yes, please.
Then repeat after me. The cock is crowing.
The cock is crowing.
The stream is flowing.
The stream is flowing.
Sleeps in the sun.
Mr. Rochester, has my box of presents come from Paris? Is there a gift for Miss Eyre?
Did you expect a present, Miss Eyre? Are you fond of presents?
I hardly know, sir. They're generally thought pleasant things.
But what do you think?
A present has many faces to it.
Miss Eyre, you're not so unsophisticated as Adele. You bit about the bush.
Mr. Rochester, my box.
Mrs. Fairfax.
I'm here, sir.
Madam, will you do me a favor?
Certainly, sir.
Adele is bursting with impatience to hear about presents. Will you be her listener?
Of course I will. Come, Adele. Mr. Rochester would like to speak to Miss Eyre.
You must have taken great pains with Adele. She's not bright, she has no talents.
No, indeed.
Oh, don't fall back on over-modesty. I don't mean to flatter you. I have examined Adele and find in a short time she has made much improvement.
Sir, I'm obliged to you. It is the present teachers' most praise of their pupils' progress.
Where do you get ideas for your pictures?
Out of my head.
Your watercolors are special, but who taught you to paint wind? Sit down. I mean, if you please, sit down. The bench is long enough for two. You have been resident in my house 3 months.
Yes, sir.
And you came from...
From Lowood School.
Ah, a charitable concern. How long were you there?
8 years.
8 years. You must be tenacious of life. 8 years.
Yes, sir, 8 years.
Who are your parents?
I have none.
Have you seen much society?
None, but pupils and teachers.
Do you hear?
It's a skylark.
It is a herald of spring. You like Thornfield?
Yes, I like Thornfield. It's all grow trees and thorn trees. It's grey facade and lines of the dark windows.
I like this day too. I like that sky of steel. I dare like Thornfield. I will break obstacles to happiness, to goodness. Yes, goodness. I wish to be a better man than I have been. Does that lead hope for me?
Hope of what, sir?
Of my reformation.
Sir?
Miss Eyre, when I was as old as you, I was a feeling fellow, but once had a kind of rude tenderness of heart. And fortune has knocked me about since. And now I'm hard and tough like an India rubber ball. When fate wronged me, I turned desperate.
To speak truth, sir, I don't understand you at all.
You are afraid of me.
Your language is enigmatical, sir.
Oh yes, right. I'll explain all this someday. I have received the pilgrim. Already it has done me good. Well, I must go now. And you too? It darkens.
Good night, Mr. Rochester.
Good night, Miss Eyre.
night did Mr. Rochester try to express his mood to me? He always has a word and sometimes a smile for me. I have keen delight in receiving the new ideas he offers. Oh, I'm so happy with this interest added to life. And his words about his destiny that dared him to be happy at Thornfield. Why not? And will he leave it again soon? Suppose he should be absent spring, summer and autumn. How joyless sunshine and fine days will seem. Who is there? Who is there? Oh, smoke in Mr. Rochester's room! Wake, wake!
Is there a flood?
No, sir, there's been a fire. Get up. Shall I call Mrs. Fairfax?
Not at all, just be still. Sit down on the stool. Remain where you are till I return. Be as still as a mouse.
How, sir?
You heard an odd laugh.
Yes, sir, there's a woman who sews here, called Grace Poole. She listens that way.
Just so, Grace Poole. And now return to your own room.
Good night then, sir.
What? Are you quitting me already? And in this way?
You said I might go, sir.
But not without a word or two of acknowledgement and goodwill. Not in that dry fashion. You have saved my life. At least shake hands. You have saved my life. I have a pleasure in owning you so immense a debt.
Good night again, sir. There is no debt.
I knew you would do me good in some way, in some time. I saw it in your eyes when I first met you. My cherished preserver, good night.
I'm glad I happened to be awake.
What? Will you go?
I'm cold, sir.
Cold? Yes, and standing in a pool. Go then, Jane. Go.
I think I hear Mrs. Fairfax move, sir.
Well, leave me. I knew she would do me good in some way, in some time. I saw it in your eyes when I first met her. People talk of natural sympathies. Something new? A fresh sap and sense stole into my heart. Oh, Jane, my hope, my love, my life. Oh, Jane, but you never felt love, your soul sleeps. The shock is yet to be given which shall awaken you, Jane. You fear in my presence, but you will smile gaily and speak freely. I wish you to be madly in love with me, as I am with you. I'll make you believe I wish to marry. I'll bring Blanche Ingram to Thornfield. She's a strapper, a real strapper. Big, brown, with hair such as ladies of ancient Greece had. But her feelings are concentrated in one, pride, and that's need humble him. I knew that jealousy will help me.
It was a sleepless night. I'm wakened by hope. I wish, I long to see Mr. Rochester. I want to hear his voice. Yet I fear meet his eyes. But I'm expecting his coming. I desire it.
Bessie, a cup of tea, please. You must want your tea.
I'm not thirsty.
Oh, you're not well today. You look flushed and feverish.
Oh, I'm quite well.
It is fair today. Mr. Rochester will have a favorable day for his journey.
Johnny, is Mr. Rochester gone away?
Oh, yes, he set off after breakfast. He is gone to the Leas. I believe there is quite a party there.
And do you expect him back tonight?
I think no. He is very likely to stay a week or more.
Are the ladies at Leas?
There are Miss Ashton and her 3 daughters. Very elegant young ladies indeed. And there is the Honorable Blanche Ingram.
What is she like?
Oh, tall, long and graceful neck, noble features, eyes, large and black, and as brilliant as her jewels, and such fine hair, raven black. Certainly, she's a queen.
Good morning, Miss Eyre.
Oh, I should leave. You should begin your lesson.
Oh, Miss Eyre, what's the matter? Your cheeks are red.
I'm hot, Adele. Let's start our sketching. Oh, I'm poor stupid fool. I really thought I was favored with Mr. Rochester. How dared I? He politely praised me when I saved him from flames. And it took it for... I'm a blind puppy. Unloved, I love. A fortnight passed, and no news arrived of Mr. Rochester.
The post has just brought a letter.
Is it from the master?
Oh, yes.
Mr. Rochester is not likely to return soon, I suppose.
Indeed he is. In 3 days, and not alone. Many fine people are coming with him. He sends directions for all the best rooms to be prepared. I need your help, Miss Eyre. We are on a chance of being very busy now.
Of course, I'm ready to be helpful.
They're coming, they're coming. They'll be here in 10 minutes. Miss Eyre, you just look. Flatten Wales. Look, Mr. Rochester on his black horse. At his side is riding a lady.
Oh, Miss Ingram, I must hurry to my post below.
Miss Eyre, let's give our welcome to the guests.
No, Adele, you should have your lesson.
Please, if you please.
No, Adele, you shouldn't think of venturing on the side of the ladies.
But why?
Mr. Rochester would be very angry.
Good evening, madams.
Good evening. Oh, what a love of a child.
Love of child.
What's your name?
My name is Adele.
How old are you?
I'm 10.
Oh, where do you come from?
I come from Paris.
Oh, Paris!
Wait a minute, ladies.
Oh, coffee? Thank you.
Oh, coffee? Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Dent, taste some coffee. It's delicious. Thank you. Oh, little Queenie, you are smart. You are quite perfect. What's your name?
My name is Adele.
Oh, it is a divine name. It suits you perfectly.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, young lady. Oh, where's my coffee? Nothing be better than a cup of strong coffee after dinner.
For each his favorite drink. Coffee is mine.
Oh, the mere chink of cups tunes me to a happy repose.
Oh, it's a cordial drink. Oh, ladies, would you like to taste some coffee?
No, thank you. Oh, what a little puppet. Oh, it is Mr. Rochester's sword. I suppose the little French girl he was speaking of. And who is there? A governess, I suppose. My dearest, don't mention governesses. The word makes me nervous. My ladies, you should hear Mama on the chapter of governesses. Mary and I have had at least a dozen of them in our day. Half of them was detestable and the rest ridiculous. Were they not, Mama? I notice her at once. I see this falsehood. Oh, I have just one word to say on the whole tribe. They're nuisance. What tricks Mary and I used to play on our teachers. It was the best fun. Mary, darling, do you remember those merry days?
Yes, to be sure, I do.
All of them are immoral. Am I right, Mama? My lily flower, you are right now as always.
Oh, Mr. Rochester, would you like to taste some coffee with us?
Oh, no, thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Rochester.
Good evening, Miss Ingram.
Mr. Rochester, I thought you were never fond of children.
Nor I am.
Then what induced you to take charge of such a little doll as that? Where did you pick her up?
She was left in my hands.
You should have sent her to school.
Schools are so dear.
Why? I suppose you have a governess for her? There she is, behind the curtain. You pay her, of course. I think it is quite as expensive.
I haven't considered the subject.
You men never do consider economy.
Miss Ingram, you should mind your own business.
Then no more to be said. Change the subject. Mr. Rochester, I invoice tonight.
If you command it, I will be.
Very well, sir. Sing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to the music parlor. How do you do?
I'm very well, sir.
Why didn't you come and speak to me in the room?
I did not wish to disturb you, sir.
What have you been doing during my absence?
Nothing particular. Teaching Adele as usual.
And getting a good deal paler than you were. What's the matter?
Nothing at all, sir.
Return to the drawing room. You're deserting too early.
I'm tired, sir.
And a little depressed. What about? Tell me.
Nothing, sir. I'm not depressed.
But I affirm that you are so much depressed that a few more words would bring tears to your eyes. I would like to know what all this means. Well, Jane?
Sir, I must seek another place somewhere.
Why?
I feel you're going shortly to be married.
Yes. What then?
Soon?
Very soon, my... that is Miss Eyre.
In that case, sir, Adele ought to go to school.
There's sense in your suggestion.
Sir, I should leave Thornfield.
And you would forget me.
That I never should, sir. You know, I wish I had never been born or never come to Thornfield.
Because you're sorry to leave it.
I grieve to leave Thornfield. I love Thornfield. I love it because I have not been trampled on. I have known you, Mr. Rochester, and I see the necessity of departure, and it is like looking on the necessity of death.
Where do you see the necessity?
You, sir, placed it before me.
In what shape?
In the shape of Miss Ingram, a noble and beautiful woman, your bride.
My bride? What bride? I have no bride.
But you will have.
Yes, I will.
Then I must go.
No, you must stay.
Do you think I can stay to become nothing to you? Do you think I'm an automation, a machine without feelings? Do you think because I'm poor, obscure, plain, and little, I'm soulless and heartless? You think wrong. I have as much soul as you, and full as much heart. And if God has gifted me with some beauty and much wealth, I should have made it as hard for you to leave me as it is now for me to leave you.
Let me say.
No, let me. Mr. Rochester, it is my spirit that addresses your spirit. Just as we are.
As we are, so, Jane.
Yes, so, sir, and not yet so.
Why, Jane?
Because you're going to marry one who you don't truly love.
Jane, be still.
Let me go. I'm a free human being with independent will.
And your will shall decide your destiny. I offer you my hand, my heart, and a share of all my possessions.
Pass.
I ask you to pass through my life at my side, to be my second self and best earthly companion.
Your bride stands between us.
But Jane, it is only you I intend to marry.
You're mocking at me.
Jane, my bride is here, my equal is here, and my likeness. Jane, will you marry me?
Are you in earnest? Do you truly love me?
I do. I swear it.
Then, sir, I will marry you.
Edward, Jane. Say Edward. Give me my name.
Edward.
Do you hear?
A nightingale?
It is a herald of our happiness.